Stand close to a boat and a passerby will likely remind you that the two most joyous days of boat ownership are the day you buy it and the day you sell it. That may be, but what about the days in between? What happens then? What about BB, the time before boat? What about shopping for one? Going to boat shows, picking up brochures, reading up, thinking about all the things that can be done only if you get one. Well, that's getting ahead of the story. I bought a boat.
The Hole in the Water channel is inspired by the first-time boat owner who realizes he just bought a boat. Come along as we navigate uncharted waters and ride the waves of boat ownership.
My boy found the Chris Craft on Facebook, and the pictures made it look pretty good. From what I could tell, everything appeared to be there. Fittings, seats, engine, rudder, everything but the prop. The guy that gave the boat to the guy I bought it from couldn't find it. Evidently he'd taken off so it wouldn't scrape when trailering, and now that he's moving to a different house, things are packed up and he has no idea where it is. He promised that when he finds it, he'll send it to me. So this is it. A yellow 1977 Chris Craft Super Sport 17 ski boat. It's powered by a GM 305K reverse rotation marine engine with a Rochester 4-barrel quadrajet, the Prestolite Marine Dizzy, and marine alternator. The exhaust manifolds had some surface rust but no visible cracks from freezing. The various hoses and plumbing looked undisturbed. The block and manifold drains were open, and the boat came with a bag of plugs. Engine power goes into the Paragon P21R transmission, and Chris Craft in Florida says the boat came out with a 13 by 11 3-blade prop. The rudder is cable-driven and turns quite hard. The questionable items are a missing nameplate aft on the starboard side and the presence of a remote-controlled spotlight that tilts and rotates, but I can't find a place or way the control knob was fastened. Maybe you can tell me if the boat came with this light or if it's been added on. Fortunately, I found a similar boat on Google that was owned by Alan Jackson. Comparing mine to Jackson's restored boat, I see that this one has the proper gauges, switches, an hour meter showing just over 1,323 hours, and the ski tow post and frame that was missing from the Jackson boat. From what I can tell, all the important stuff looks original. It came with a rather dubious trailer that has this extremely long tongue and blue highlight to draw attention to the fact there's no VIN or ID numbers on the tongue or boat carrying section. Surprisingly, at the end of the 180-mile trip home, the tires were only warm and the bearings were at room temperature. So this is where we are today. The good news is that the boat is home, has had a good look over, and is ready to be gotten ready for the busy boating season. The bad news is that the motor is stuck. The somewhat better news is I have a spare 327F motor in the truck. With this all in mind, let's consider this the day I bought the boat. But what happened before? How did we get to this point?
We're just past Ashland, almost to the marina where this boat is. The plan is to grab this engine out of the boat, get it loose, and then they're going to come back in a few weeks and pick it up, bring it home. On the way, we've discovered that the door no longer works on the Jetta, so I got to climb through the window, which is kind of fun. Let's call this part one of the Chris Craft build.
While I was considering the project, my boy found a 327F engine package in a boat being salvaged in Wisconsin.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing this boat.
That's only the back half of a boat. There it is, behind that Super Duty. This is going to be interesting.
Got a couple of fish tugs there too.
Yeah.
Need work.
All right, let's get out, meet this guy.
The deal was, if we were willing to give the guy a few bucks, we had 5 days to get the motor and whatever else we could scrounge out of it. Now here we're meeting the Flying Star out of Duluth.
Howdy. Good. Good.
What do you need?
Impact for the 916, so I'll get it.
With the 305 being stuck and pretty much an anchor, the plan was to have the 327 engine as a backup.
Sockets.
Any parts and accessories we didn't need could be sold to fund getting the Chris Craft back in the water. A quick check of the casting numbers showed the block to be a large Journal 327 made in 1968. A good candidate for making a 350 if the 305 was toast. Can't have enough small block Chevy engines lying around.
671 TA and that boat would go pretty slick.
Here's what we salvaged. A 327F motor minus the intake manifold, distributor, carb, and bolts. A Paragon P31R transmission. Heat exchanger if we wanted to convert to a closed cooling system, 1 1/4" prop shaft, and an 18x14 prop. Electrical panels, switches, a hydraulic helm with cylinder, and a great rudder to hang on the wall.
Good stuff.
After 1,000 miles and an hour deciding if I wanted to take on the Chris Craft build, the boat is parked in the yard, the extra motor is in the back of my pickup. Time for a big salad and lights out. As the hole in the water continues to get deeper, future episodes will document how the boat is made and what it takes to get it back in the water. You can help build our channel by subscribing, submitting your questions and comments to make it better, liking it if you like it, sharing it if you dare, and if you have links to your builds or sinks, let me know and I'll see how I can work those in too. Thanks for watching.
That bubble very hard. I did it! You did it!